Hello everyone, this is All Round History and we are back with a new video. I know it's been a long delay and but what else can be done? I had some changes in my life and here we are back. Today we'll be talking about this book, Shri Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya, which is written by Shri Madhvāchārya. If you don't know what is this book, you can please check out the video which is there in my channel about this book, the introduction, what exactly it is. It is a very rare book, very beautiful book, and as I had promised, we'll be talking about each chapters in detail. But this video will be talking about in gist about chapter 1, what exactly is in Adhyaya 1. So let's start. So this is Adhyaya 1. First, it talks about Mangalacharane, that is invocatory worship of Narayana, who is all full of auspicious qualities. Narayana is God Almighty Himself. So, first it talks about creation. Madhvāchārya stresses on the creation. Then he says about various types of souls, that is jivas. Then there are different types of gradations in Madhva Sampradaya. We'll all talk about it. So as this is a gist, this video will just talk about the highlights of Adhyaya 1. The upcoming videos will also talk about different Adhyayas. Then we'll start Adhyaya 1 in detail. Sorry for the background noise. Lord, during the beginning of creation, keeping the entire world in his womb, the Lord reclines on the peepal leaf, resting on Lakshmi Devi. All the jivas are in slumber. So many people will have a doubt that what is this? All the jivas are in slumber. Jivas are technically inactive during pralaya, or the final when the creation has not begun. All the jivas are still there, but they are all inactive. They are not well aware of their own position. They are not in a position to follow the rules of Vedas. So as we know that Vedas are for the souls, but they are not in a position before the creation to know the Vedas. They are not in a position to worship the Lord at all. At that time, Lord Hari, that is Narayana, although is embodiment of bliss and does not benefit anything from this creation, desires to create a world for the sake of three types of jivas, for whom it would be a ground for their sadhana. So as we all know, jivas are numerous, infinite, and they are of three types. That is sattva, that is spiritual jivas, pure jivas, rajasic jivas, that is they have passion in them. They are also sattvic, they are also pure, but they have uh, the proportion of passion is more in them. And tamasic jivas, they are ignorant jivas. Passion and spirituality is very less in them, but they are more tamasic, ignorant type of jivas. So there exist these three types of gradations in jivas, three types of categories of jivas. So for their sadhana, for their spiritual practice, Lord creates to create a world for them. He doesn't have any benefit from this creation, as he is embodiment of bliss himself. But for his jivas who are very dear to him, he creates this world. It is a sport of the Lord, and it would give joy to Lakshmi Devi. So Lakshmi Devi also is dependent on the Lord, who is considered as his eternal consort, who is the who is the goddess of nature. Manifestations of Lord forms. So we know that Lord has innumerable forms, infinite forms. So there are four different forms as per the Pancharatra Agama, that is Vaishnava Agamas, which comes from Lord Narayana himself. So Lord Narayana, in order to bestow moksha and also to create, sustain, and as well as annihilate, takes four forms. So as we all know, something which is created will also have to sustain itself and also has to destroy. So for all these things, Lord is responsible totally. So for that, he creates three forms from himself, that is Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. These four forms maintain all this creation, sustenance, and annihilation. Then Lakshmi also assumes four forms because she has to support her consort, her husband. So she also forms four forms, namely Maya, Jaya, Kriti, and Shanti. For Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, Lakshmi assumes Maya, Jaya, Kriti, and Shanti. Pradyumna. Now, what does Pradyumna do? Pradyumna gives all the jivas from his wombs to Aniruddha, who enwraps the jivas with a covering known as Aniruddha Sharira, and then takes back them to his own womb. Then the Lord takes Keshavadi forms, 12 forms, Matsyadi 10 forms. We will talk about all these forms later when we will talk about the chapter in detail. Narayanadi 100 forms, Vishwadi 1000 forms, and Ajadi 54 forms, and then several infinite forms. The Lord forms are infinite, so you can't count them exactly. All these forms are not different from each other, defectless, full of auspicious qualities, and are independent. So people might say that all these avatars are less powerful than the main Mula Narayana, Paravasudeva. But it is not so. Madhvāchārya says that all these forms are non-different from each other. They are all defectless. They are all full of auspicious qualities and are independent. They don't need to depend on anything. So they are all independent. Lord is independent. Without Lord's desire, including Rama, that is Lakshmi Devi's name, everyone remains motionless. So without Lord's desire, all the jivas remains motionless. They are incapable of doing anything. So this is during the creation. Then we'll talk about Bimba and Pratibimba Bhava, the relationship between image and a reflection. Bimba is image, that is the true form. Pratibimba is the reflection. Shri Hari for Vayu, Vayu for Rudra, Rudra for Indra and Kama, and so on. So for newbies this will be difficult to understand. As I said, there is an image and reflection relationship between God and souls. So Shri Hari, that is Narayana, that is the image, the real image, is an reflection for Vayu. Vayu is an image for Rudra. Rudra is an image for Indra. So there is a gradation among all these deities. So all in the order of hierarchy, that is Taratamya. We'll talk about it later as well. The superior are Bimba, that is image, that is God himself, for the inferior. Similarly, even women have this order of Bimba, Pratibimba, Bhava. That is Lakshmi is a reflection of Shri Hari, and similarly Rama, that is Lakshmi Devi, for Saraswati. So souls have gender. Now people might think souls are genderless, but no, souls are also male and female. So the supreme is Lord Narayana and Lakshmi. So Lakshmi in female souls also have gradation. That is Rama is an image Bimba for Saraswati. Saraswati is a Bimba for Parvati, and so on. Pratibimba Bimba correlation exists in all the jivas. For some of the women, their consort are 100 times higher in gradation, some are 15 times and some are 10 times. So women and male are always with each other, and there is a gradation among them as well, between each other. Some are 15 times, some are 100 times, etc. Sometimes there is a contradiction in different granthas or scriptures. However, it should not be construed otherwise, because the number 115 are symbolic, which denotes several times. So in some granthas or some scriptures, they might say 100 times, they might say 15 times higher in gradation, but you should not take it as in a face value. These are all symbolic, which means several times in general. This gradation among the jivas are intrinsic and exists naturally. So gradation doesn't exist because of prakriti. It is inbuilt in jivas. It is not because of any kind of external effects. It all exists naturally. They are not positioned so by anyone, even not by God. Similarly, the three qualities of the jivas are also intrinsic. They are also intrinsic and eternal as well. They exist from eternity and also will exist to eternity. In each group, jivas are infinite. It is impossible for all the jivas in any group to complete their sadhana simultaneously at any given point of time. It is impossible for all the jivas in a group to complete their sadhana. Everyone takes time and have their own time according to their capabilities. Lord's attributes are inconceivable. The attributes of Lord can't be counted. They're inconceivable. They can't be. You can't think about it. Achintya. In spite of infinite jivas put together and contemplate of Sri Hari's, that is God's Almighty's attributes, yet it is impossible to know Him completely. When there is one when there is no one who can said to be equal to him, how can there be abheda, oneness with him? So there are some people who say that the soul and God are one and the same. It takes sadhana or spiritual practice to know that there is oneness between God and jivas. But Madhvāchārya rejects it and he says that all the jivas put together, if they contemplate on God, they can't even know him completely. So how can there be oneness? There is no one equal to him. He is almighty, he is supreme. Shri Hari's conclusive statements, tattvas, that is the main principle, that is the prime principles in Vedas, Bharata, that is Mahabharata, Puranas, and Brahma Sutras are all given by Shri Haris himself. So all these principles, what we see in the authentic Puranas, authentic scriptures, are all given by the Lord Almighty himself. Okay. So what are sadagamas? Agamas means all the beliefs, all the principles that should be followed by a theistic group of people. And sadagamas means the true agamas, the true principles. Four Vedas, Pancharatras, Mahabharata, Mula Ramayana, Brahma Sutra are a definite conclusive text, that is Pramanas. They are the final authority. All the Puranas which do not contradict them are also Pramanas. So there are different kind of scriptures. Those which don't contradict with these four Vedas, Pancharatra, Mahabharata, Mula Ramayana, and Brahma Sutras are also Pramanas. All the other texts which contradicts this truth are given to be mislead the intrinsically weak jivas, and they have been put forward by Rudra and other devatas as per the command of the Lord. So we see many other scriptures which directly contradicts or indirectly contradicts Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. So they are said to be not authentic, and they are deliberately put forward by Rudra, other devatas, other gods, other deities in command of the Almighty. Okay, so these are just to lure the wicked people to think that this is not the truth. So just to sway them away from the truth, they are put forward by the command of Lord Almighty by other group of gods. Similarly, the contradictions that appears on the superficial study of the Vedas have to be properly analyzed and concluded. They should be properly analyzed and should be concluded later. All the certain actions of Shri Hari during his avatar, that is, whenever he comes to earth himself, seems conflicting. They are also done to mislead the wicked. They have to be construed as mohanartha. Mohanartha means to what to say, to mislead the wicked people. They are all done deliberately by the Lord himself. The Brahma Sutras are Pramanas. The next subheading is Brahma Sutras are Pramanas. Brahma Sutras are composed by Srimad Narayana himself in his Veda Vyasa Rupa in order to give conclusive declaration of the Tattvas. So Brahma Sutras, whoever is as familiar with Vedanta will know what is Brahma Sutra. So they are also Pramanas. They are written by Srimad Narayana, that is Lord Almighty himself in his Vyasa Avatara, to give a conclusive declaration of what exactly are the tattvas. Therefore, every Nirnaya given there are acceptable. Everything should be accepted in face value. Brahma Sutras basically guides the authenticity of statements in other works. It helps in giving definite conclusions for conflicting statements, whether they are true facts or misleading statements. So Brahma Sutra, you can cross-check with Brahma Sutra. Whatever you find as misleading, you can cross-check with Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra will give you a true answer of what exactly is true or false. Therefore, all Nirnaya has to be done based on Sutras. Sutras declare the Lord to be absolutely defectless, possessor of all auspicious attributes. His avatars are not different from each other. All those who attain salvation are not equal in gradation. There is hierarchy even among them. Moksha can be attained only with the help of jnana. All conflicting statements to these statements are mohanartha, to mislead. They are given to mislead the ayogya jivas, intrinsically wicked in nature. So everything can be cross-checked through Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra says exactly what is true. It says about Lord, and there is gradation among jivas. Those who have attained salvation or liberation also have gradation among them. So no one gets equal treatment even in moksha. So everything should be understood through Brahma Sutra, through Pramana, through authentic scriptures. Whatever conflicting statements we see in Puranas or anything, they are all in order to mislead the Ayogya Jivas, those who are not uh, fit for liberation. For such kind of jivas, this kind of statements are made. So this is part 1 of Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya Adhyaya 1 in gist. We'll come with part 2 soon. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and comment, and see you next time. Bye bye. Hari Om.